So, according to the Humane Society of the United States, in every community, in every state, there are homeless animals. In the U.S., there are an estimated 6 to 8 million homeless animals. So many dogs and cats are out in the streets, and then the rest are in shelters where they're euthanized. According to a website named Stopping Pet Overpopulation Together, or SPOT, states that each year approximately 8 million healthy dogs and cats are killed. Like I'm sure most of you guys like animals or and have pets, and I have a dog, and my dog's neutered, so I think that neutering your dog would be a good idea. So as I previously mentioned, animals are being euthanized where they could have been great companions. So today I'd like to share more with you about this overwhelming population that has become a problem in our own backyards. I hope that by the end of my speech you will consider to get your pets spayed or neutered. So the animal population has increased dramatically throughout the time, causing so many to be homeless. And since so many are homeless, they have to be looking for food, and if they find food, they get to eat for the day, and if they don't, they starve. And same goes for when it's cold out and they need to find shelter, and if they don't, they spend the night cold and hungry. And another thing that they need to look out for is cars, because there are a lot of times where they get hit by cars. And another thing they kind of need to watch out for, because they're homeless, is that other stray dogs in the streets. And if they could get into fights, which can lead to injuries. And since they live in the streets, they don't have the medical attention if their injuries get infected. So as a result of all these animals being homeless, animal control picks them up from the street and takes them to shelters, which is one of the reasons why so many shelters are overcrowded. So there are plenty of reasons that contributed to the homeless population and to shelter overcrowdedness. So one is elderly guardians. If they pass away, or if they get moved to homes and they can't take their pets are taken to shelters. And some people also get rid of their dogs, take them to shelters because of behavioral problems, because it's barking too much or it's aggressive, and among other things. And then also when they're having a baby, a lot of people get rid of their dogs because they can't find the time to be taking care of both the baby and the dog, or because they think, or because since it has behavioral problems, it might end up hurting the baby some way. Another thing is money problems. Many people end up just getting a dog or a cat and don't realize the financial responsibility is to have a pet. So instead of wanting to pay all the vet bills or stuff, they just take them to shelters. And moving can actually contribute to both shelter overcrowdedness and the homeless population, because a lot of people don't want to be paying for their transportation, so they just take them to shelters, or they just completely abandon their pets at their home while the poor animal is just waiting for them to come back when it's not. And one of the top reasons would be roaming, because us, the guardians, let our pets roam around, not neutered or spayed, which creates more puppies being born in the streets. And so now, how did so many animals come to be homeless? And well, there are solutions to help with this overpopulation, and one of them is to actually get our pets spayed and neutered. it can help decrease the animal population, and not only that, but your pet can also live longer. According to the U.S. Today magazine, veterinary medical database researchers determined the average age of death for intact dogs that have not been spayed or neutered, is 9.7 years versus 9.4 years for sterilized dogs. Another kind of positive thing for neutering a pet is that it can reduce behavior problems. So instead of just getting rid of your dog, or if it's like barking too much or being aggressive and you actually tried training it but that didn't work, neutering could be another option to that. And if you want to add another member to the family like a baby, and neutering reduces behavior problems, the family won't have to be worrying about the dog hurting the baby or anything like that. And another thing is it can be less expensive, because a lot of dogs that aren't neutered tend to have a lot of health issues, which makes the vet bills to be very expensive. And although all these kind of positive things come from neutering our pets, a lot of people might still not want to for whatever reason. So another solution could be to make more non-euthanizing shelters. And the way we can fund for that would be, instead of all that money that goes to actually euthanizing all the animals, it could go to opening more shelters, and then there'll be less animals on the streets, and then which will also result for more animals to have a place to stay when the night's cold and they have full tummies, and then they'll have the medical attention that they need. So just to kind of end this, there's so many animals living in the streets and getting euthanized due to the overpopulation, and there's many reasons that contributed to the increase of it. And to reduce the number of animals born in the streets, and it could also reduce the number of animals in shelters. And pet owners could benefit from neutering and spaying their pets. So we, the guardians, have the power in our hands to help decrease this pet population, and hopefully you guys will consider at least to get your pets neutered, or if not, to push for more non-euthanizing shelters to be opened.